Okay, so we've got all of the glochids off the fruit, and now it is time to get the juice out. So there's a couple different ways. I've seen people try to get the juice out. You can try to blend all of the fruit. You're going to have a lot of cheesecloth and a lot of separating because you're going to get like a pulpy mush. I've seen people boil them, but that's going to water it down because obviously you've got the water that you need to boil the fruits in, and you don't get the same brilliant deep color. So my preferred method, and what I suggest to anyone who wants to do this, the easiest way is to freeze them. All of these fruit are white with frost because they've been in my freezer for a few days. You can hear them, they're rock solid. And once they're frozen, you just take them out of the freezer and start putting them into a colander. Inside the fruit, there is something like a membrane that holds all the juice in. And because water expands when it freezes, that membrane pops when you freeze these guys. So just fill up the colander and then let them thaw. You don't have to do any work. After about a day, or sometimes even just 12 hours, all of the juice will come out of these fruit, and you'll see what look like just a bunch of prunes. And we'll have a bowl full of juice. And just like that, we've got the colander completely filled with prickly pear. I've got a few left over that I'll need to put in another colander. And you'll notice I like to put all of the fruits pointing with the bottoms down. So it takes a little while to get that bottom layer done, but I find that it helps the juice drain out the bottom easiest. So we'll come back in a few hours and show you what this looks like. So see how tall all of them are, all plump and frozen and hard. Right now, after a few hours, they'll shrink way down and shrivel up as the juice thaws and drips out. So come back and check in a few hours. Okay, time got away from me, and instead of just a few hours, it's now 24 hours later. But you can see how much these prickly pear fruit have shrunk down. So the pile was an inch or two above the bowl, and now there are a bunch of pruny looking fruits that have all shriveled up and all the juice has dripped out. So if I take this colander out, you can see it's dripping. This bowl is just full of juice. Put this in another bowl, and let's see how much juice we've got. We've got a carafe here that is 1 liter. I'm going to pour it in. Look at that color. That is the deep pinkish purple color that you think of when you think of prickly pear. So, not bad. All that fruit, not quite a liter, I'd say maybe 2/3, 3/4 maybe. So now, the process is to get as much juice as we can. I've got this lemon juicer, this lemon squeezer. I'm going to take some fruit, fill this up. Usually I can get about 5 in here. And then the problem is avoiding having them squirt everywhere. So now when I squeeze this down, just like that, it starts to squirt juice everywhere. May not seem like much, but all this fruit together adds up, and you can get another couple cups out. So, do that, throw away the fruit, or maybe compost it if you want, and that's how you get all of the juice out without a whole lot of fuss. So forget the blender, forget boiling, just use your freezer and a squeezer, and you'll get plenty of beautiful juice.